The date is October 27th, 2012, a few months before the Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Kevin Durant, along with Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, and James Harden, had just came off of a finals appearance against the Miami Heat. The OKC Thunder proved to the rest of the league that they were legit championship contenders. This random day in October wasn't actually so random, because this day marks the day that the Thunder split up one of the most potentially lethal trios the league has ever seen. On October 27th, the Oklahoma City Thunder traded Lazar Hayward, Cole Aldrich, Daquan Cook, and James Harden to the Houston Rockets for Jeremy Lamb, Kevin Martin, and 3 draft picks. And this trade, to this day, Thunder fans still regret making. The first 3 guys are forgettable in this trade, but James Harden prior to this trade was a pretty solid role player that came off the bench, averaging 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal a game. But after the trade, the difference from James Harden's production was night and day. Because after that trade, James Harden immediately skyrocketed his scoring to 16 points a night to 26, and then proceeded to statistically dominate the league, like averaging 36, 7, and 6 in one season. He was 1 game shy of beating the greatest team ever assembled, and he dominated the game so much that the league literally had to change the rules just to stop him. There's not that many other players we can say that about. But do you know what's crazy? We're seeing the same metamorphosis happen all over again, but with someone completely new. So this really begs the question, is the 2023 and 24 season really going to be the breakout year for Jordan Poole? Are we going to see him take the leap of being the #1 guy in his team and become one of the league's best scorers? Or are we going to see this inefficient shot chucker crumble under the pressure of carrying the weight of his own team? Jordan Poole this season is finally getting the chance that he's wanted his whole career. Jordan Poole got shipped off to Washington in the offseason and is really going to get the opportunity to show us what he can do on offense as that #1 guy. No more Steve Kerr holding him back, no more conflicts with Draymond Green, no more sharing shots with 2 of the greatest shooters of all time. It's just him, and maybe Kyle Kuzma, I guess. But with all this responsibility given to him, will he actually successfully handle this pressure? Looking back at the James Harden comparison, he improved dramatically after getting more opportunities with the Rockets. When looking at strictly scoring, Harden in 2012, with his last season with the Oklahoma City Thunder, prior to the trade, averaged 16.8 points a game, shot an impressive 49.1% with 10.1 attempts and 5 makes, and shot 39% from 3 with 4.7 attempts and 8.1 makes, and shot 5 free throws a game with 6 attempts. When Harden was traded to the Rockets in the 2013 season, Harden bumped up his scoring to 25.9 points a game. Harden's efficiency unfortunately suffered from being the #1 guy in the Rockets. His field goal percentage dropped from 49.1% to 43.8%, and his 3-point percentage dropped from 39% to 36.8%. But what went up was his shot attempts. James Harden in 2013, after the trade, shot 17.1 shot attempts per game compared to just 10 in the previous year. He shot 6.2 threes a game in 2013 compared to 4.7 in 2012, and he shot 10 free throws a game joining the Rockets in 2013 compared to only just 6 with the Thunder. So the trade boosted Harden's attempts per game and overall offensive production, but dropped his efficiency. From the 2012 to 13 season, James Harden increased his points per game by 54.2%, increased his field goal attempts by 69%, increased his 3-point field goal attempts by 31.9%, and increased his free throw attempts by 70%, but his field goal percentage decreased by 10.8%, and his 3-point percentage decreased by 5.6%. Let's compare this improvement to Jordan Poole's upcoming season in Washington. Jordan Poole in 2023 with the Golden State Warriors averaged 20.4 points a game, shot 43% from the field, 33.6% from 3, shot 15.6 shots a game, shot 7.8 threes a game, and shot 5.1 free throws per game. Now, hypothetically speaking, if Jordan Poole was to somehow have the exact same transformation that James Harden did, his numbers would be off the charts. If you remember these percentage increases and decreases that Harden had after being traded, if we apply these exact percentages to Jordan Poole's scoring, it would look a little something like this. Jordan Poole would average an unreal 31.45 points a game, would shoot a horrific 38.4% from the field and 31.7% from 3, would shoot an unreal 26.4 shot attempts a game, a mind-numbing 10.3 threes a game, and 8.6 free throws a game. This transformation would actually be wild. If this hypothetically happened, Jordan Poole would be 4th in the league in scoring, 8th in the league in free throw attempts, 3rd in the league in three-point attempts, and would lead the league in field goal attempts by a wide margin. He would be shooting almost 4.5 more shots a night than Luka Doncic, the guy who has to manhandle the Dallas offense night in and night out. That's the real definition of a shot chucker. But I don't think that Jordan Poole's transformation is going to be this inflated. One of the lingering questions about Jordan Poole this coming season is, can he lead the league in scoring? I mean, he dropped 41 points in a preseason game, but it won't be this dramatic throughout the whole season, right? Before the regular season starts every year, Basketball Reference comes out with their predictions of every player's stats going into the season. And they say that Jordan Poole is going to average 23.8 points, 3.7 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 1 steal, 0.3 blocks, shoot 44.4% from the field, 35% from 3, and shoot 17.8 shot attempts a game, 9.1 threes, and 5.4 free throws. And for now, we're just going to disregard the non-scoring stats, but this is a pretty conservative prediction. I think realistically, with the new amounts of freedom that Jordan Poole is going to get, he'll put up about 20 to 22 shot attempts per game. And I don't know where the hell Basketball Reference got the idea that Jordan Poole's efficiency is somehow going to get better by taking more shots and being the #1 option on offense. I think Jordan Poole will shoot about 41% from the field, about 32% from 3, and 88% from the free throw line. Factoring in 2-pointers, 3-pointers, and free throws, if Jordan Poole takes about 20 to 22 shot attempts a game, this would put him at a range where he'd average about 26.2 points a game to 28.8 points a game. This would put Jordan Poole anywhere from 7th to 11th in the league in scoring. So I think that Kevin Garnett's predictions of Jordan Poole are optimistic, but I don't think they're true.
I look for Jordan Poole to be top 5 in scoring this year. And if he don't shoot more than 25 balls, I'll be shocked.
Absolutely.
And if he don't have not one but a couple 60 balls this year, I will be shocked.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for the Jordan Poole show. I'm looking for outlets.
Jordan Poole is going to get all the touches and shots on offense that he pleases this season. But is this likely increased output on offense really going to lead to more wins for the Wizards? Last season, the Washington Wizards had a record of 35-47, putting them at the 12th seed in the East, meaning they missed the playoffs. The Warriors during the 2023 offseason got rid of key players like Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis, who were pretty much their main motor on offense, but they got Jordan Poole and Tyus Jones. In 2024, the Wizards are going to have a starting lineup of Tyus Jones at the 1, who averaged 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists last year, and shot 44% from the field. Jones last year was mainly playing as a backup point guard for Ja Morant and the Grizzlies, but did a good job at filling in when Morant was out. He's proven that he can be a legit starting point guard in the league. At the 2 for the Wizards, it's going to be the main man of this video, Jordan Poole, who is going to be taking as many shots as prime Michael Jordan this season. And at the 3, the Wizards are probably going to go with Bilal Coulibaly, who is a lengthy 6'6" wing who can explode to the basket and defend at a high level. At their 4 is going to be Kyle Kuzma, who with the increased amount of looks he's going to get this season on offense because of the absence of Beal and Porzingis, I could easily see him raising his points per game from 21.2 to about 24 or 25 a night. At the big man in the middle for Washington is most likely going to be Daniel Gafford, who is going to help Washington grab a lot of rebounds and block a lot of shots, but his offense isn't quite there yet. And they have guys like DeLon Wright, Danilo Gallinari, Taj Gibson, and Corey Kispert coming off the bench. In 2023, the Washington Wizards finished with the 22nd best offense and 21st best defense. Despite losing Beal and Porzingis, I don't think that their offense will suffer that much. In fact, it might even improve a little bit with Poole, Kuzma, and Jones getting a lot of opportunities. I could see them finishing anywhere from 15th to 20th in the league in offense this season. But defense is where this team is really going to struggle this year, with the combination of a super young and mainly offensive-minded core. So with all that being said, it's going to be a tough year for Washington. I could see them winning about 30 to 33 games this year, despite maybe seeing a handful of entertaining 50 or 60 balls from Jordan Poole. This is going to be a rebuilding year for the Wizards. So to answer the question, is 2024 going to be Jordan Poole's breakout season? I think yes. With the sheer volume of shots he's going to be getting up this season, it'll make it almost impossible for him to not drastically improve his offensive production. But will more of Jordan Poole's offense lead to wins? I don't think so.